Case Study Challenge, SOD1 and ALS. Steve Hawking is a famous person who suffers from ALS, a result of a misfolding of SOD1.
ALS, also called Lou Gehrig's disease, is a neurodegenerative disease that affects nerve cells in the brain and spinal cord. Motor neurons which travel from the brain and spinal cord to the rest of the body order the muscles' reactions. When ALS attacks and destroys the motor neurons, they begin to lose motor functions. The brain loses control over the muscle movements. People may lose their ability to speak, eat, move, and breathe. Voluntary movements, like reaching for your phone or walking down a step, are taken away. Stats: Over 5,600 people are diagnosed with ALS each year. Roughly 30,000 people living with ALS in the United States. Age range is 40 to 70. 2 people out of 100,000 develop ALS. 7% of families have a record of ALS in the family. Life expectancy of living 3 or more years is 50%, 5 or more years is 20%, and 10 or more years is just 10%.
14 years ago, scientists discovered that mutations in SOD1 cause ALS. SOD1 gene mutations cause 15 to 20% of all ALS cases. SOD1 encodes for a protein that binds copper and zinc ions together and is responsible for destroying free superoxide radicals in the body. In this figure, we see a normal SOD1. At number 1, SOD1 is converting the toxic superoxide anion into oxygen and hydrogen peroxide. At number 2, SOD1 binds with the RAC1 and the hydrogen peroxide produced earlier comes and promotes dissociation of SOD1 from RAC1. At number 3, SOD1 is secreted, and the presence of SOD1 leads to an increase in calcium, which is important in the signaling process between neurons. The image on the left shows how a mutated SOD1 affects the body. At number 1, a misfolded SOD1 being secreted, then later on, at number 3, the misfolded SOD1 leads to endoplasmic reticulum stress and induces mitochondria damage. At number 4, the misfolded SOD1 is in the axon of the neuron and causing inhibition. The image on the right shows a normal SOD1 protein at the top, and at the bottom, the disulfide bridge is shown, and when that disulfide bridge breaks, SOD1 misfolds and leads to ALS.